call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Renato Moicano takes on Beneil Dariush this Saturday on the main card of UFC 317. And this is a really good matchup. This is a fun matchup. I'm surprised these guys have never fought each other before, but this is the battle of the old heads at 155 pounds. Both these guys been kind of teetering on title shots in their days before they get kind of a setback. You know, Renato Moicano was supposed to be fighting Beneil Dariush back in January. And then Arman Tsarukyan had to pull out, so he did get his title shot against Islam Makhachev, which, you know, respect to him for taking, just not the best circumstances to fight one of the best fighters we have in Islam Makhachev, and lost that one by Darce choke in round one, but was having some success on the feet before that. Beneil Dariush, he is on a 2-fight losing streak. Arman Tsarukyan by knockout, Charles Oliveira by ground and pound. Before that, had a really impressive performance over Mateusz Gamrot. Before that, Tony Ferguson, Diego Ferreira, Scott Holtzman, Jakar Close. Like, these are good wins. Drew Dober, Thiago Moises, lost by knockout to Alexandre Hernandez. So he is a little bit chinny. Knocked out 4 times in the UFC, choked out by Michael Chiesa, which isn't a good look. Knocked out 5 times in the UFC. I forgot about the Ramsey Nijem knockout back in the day. So good striker. We've seen him, eat shots, come back, get the KO against Jakar Close, win positionally in the grappling department, defend takedowns, land damage against Mateusz Gamrot. But his last 2 fights against Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, just seems like Father Time's kind of catching up with him. Renato Moicano is a very effective striker. He, like I said, he was having some success against Islam Makhachev in his last fight against Benoit Saint-Denis. Was able to get those takedowns early and just do tons of damage on Benoit Saint-Denis. The Jalen Turner fight, he got hurt, was able to kind of recover, fight through it, and get the ground and pound TKO. Beat Drew Dober, beat Brad Riddell, Alexandre Hernandez, Jai Herbert. Like, these are good wins. Lost to Rafael Fiziev back in the day, but that was on short notice. Chan Sung Jung, Jose Aldo losing by TKO to those guys. But since his loss to RDA, he's looked like a completely new fighter. His last 4 performances heading into the Islam Makhachev fight, he just looked like a reinvigorated and reinvented fighter. And he's very well-rounded. Both of these guys are very well-rounded. They're both very high-level black belts, very technical on the feet. But I got to go with Moicano in this one. You know, I know he's coming off of a loss to Islam Makhachev, but that's only going to make him better. It's only going to, make him more motivated. And I feel like that fight would have been a lot different if he had a whole camp to prepare for. Taking on Islam Makhachev on such short notice, you don't really get to prepare for somebody like that on such short notice. And his fights against Benoit Saint-Denis before that, he just looked amazing on the ground, and I think that he'll be able to exploit Beneil Dariush's chin on the feet and on the ground. Moicano's going to be a little bit bigger. He's going to be an inch taller, but they're going to have the same reach. But I just feel like Moicano's just the stronger guy. He's a little bit more filled out, whereas Beneil Dariush, I feel like he carries kind of an extra little weight around the midsection. But both of these guys are 36, so it's kind of put up or shut up in their careers. I think if Dariush takes another loss, he's probably going to retire, whereas Moicano, if he gets the win, I think he can get a couple more wins, maybe 1 or 2 more wins to get right back in there for a title shot, especially with Islam Makhachev vacating. And you can't really hold that against him, taking that fight on short notice to save the card and losing, because before that he was on a 5-fight winning streak with 3 finishes in that time frame. But I just trust Renato Moicano as of late. His performances before the Islam Makhachev fight, he looked really good. Looks like he's really kind of turned over a new leaf in his career. Very motivated, very hungry. And Beneil Dariush, coming off of 2 knockout losses after that streak that he was on, hasn't fought since December of 2023. Only had 2 fights in 2023. Only had 1 fight in 2021. Only had 1 fight in 2022. 2 fights in 2021. Just hasn't been that active. Doesn't have a lot of momentum. I'm sure he's going into this one just like, okay, this is the inflection point in my career. If I lose this one, it's probably it for me. And I just don't see him having the confidence in his chin or his skills, or just the ring rust factor to be able to get a win over Renato Moicano, who was just in there back in January. So I think he's going to have more momentum. And I think he's just a little bit better too. I think he's the better guy overall, and I think he's just going to be hungrier in this one. So I'm going to go with Moicano to get this one done. I think he can get the KO. It'll be fun to see these guys scramble and go tit for tat on the ground if it goes there. But I think overall at this point, both their careers, Moicano's a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more hungry, and has had the better performances as of late. So I'm going to go with Moicano in this one. He's a small favorite, -150. I thought it would be a little bit bigger than that. So curious. That's really shocking to me. But regardless, I'm going to go with Moicano to get this one done. Thanks.